What's good, family? Smash the like button and subscribe. So, yeah, boy, Anthony, the wig pusher backer, the cheek splitter, the booty buster, Anthony, the booty buster, Josh, Anthony, the booty buster Joshua, has fired back at TYSON Theories. I'm not even sure what you call it. He's fired back at TYSON Theories goofy games. Now, let me give you man a bit of a history background here, because just in case you man don't know, essentially over the last 28 days ago, more or less, we know that AJ and Fury were caught in an entanglement for a two-fight entanglement, yeah? 28 days ago, AJ and Fury signed a two-fight entanglement. That two-fight entanglement expires null and void within 28 days. If they can't reach a deal on the other particulars, purse, venue, etc., it's good for nothing. They will not be linked for the next two fights. 2-2s. 3 days, or over the whole 28 days, Team Theory have been negative. Not happening. The fight is not happening. It's not imminent. I want to fight other people. That's what Fury's been saying. Anyway, 3 days ago, now we're only 3 days away from the deadline, TYSON Fury posted, TikTok, time's running out. Now, or 2 days later, so 1 day to go, Fury posted, TikTok, 1 day to go. I'm counting down. So that's what led up to this AJ post, and I feel like the context is needed. Anyway, let me now read to you what he wrote. He said, quick update. Myself, 258 management, Matchroom Boxing are working really hard to make the fight happen. I want to give my fans what they want. You know I'll do whatever I can to deliver, hoping to share some positive news soon. Now, the reason I gave you that earlier history about Theory is because these events are linked, in my opinion. That last post where Fury said TikTok, that was put out about an hour or two before AJ's post. So don't just, like a lot of people, Eddie Hearn included, have basically said, oh, AJ's just saying this because he wants the fans to know that we're all really close, and AJ's posted this because when AJ talks, you know, things are really close to getting done. I completely disagree. AJ's posted this in reaction to Fury. He's basically clearing himself. You got Fury. What, in my opinion, AJ saying, whilst Fury's counting down, I want my fans, I want the public to know I'm trying to make this fight. Fury's counting down, and I'm trying to make this fight. And then after this post from AJ, that's when Fury, and all the times you can look them up yourself. All the times correlate. Then after this was posted by AJ, Fury then sends out the message. Oh well, I'll fight AJ. I want him. We've got interest from Saudi Arabia. Oh, Wembley. Oh, so it's no coincidence. When AJ was quiet, Fury was counting down. AJ comes out and tells the fans, listen, we're trying to make it. I don't know about this goof's counting. I don't know about this goof's clock, TikTok. We're trying to make the fight. And then Fury realises, oh, the fans, you know, AJ exposed him. He should have come out. AJ should have come out and said, listen, he should have called a spade a spade. Never mind all this quick update business. He should have come out and said, I don't know what Fury is doing counting down. Meanwhile, my team are investing resources. Do you think Eddie Hearn's cheap when he's doing all these phone calls and trying to make these venues? Do you think that comes for free? So whilst my man and his bum team are sitting back making goofy gifs, making goofy videos, making goofy pictures about TikTok and emojis, my team are investing in this fight. Eddie Hearn's $1 million man. So what? Do you think he works on something for 4 months to get nothing back? Do you think he does that for fun? And it wouldn't be so bad if Fish Eyes and Bob Arum were equally putting time in. They haven't done a lick of anything. They've just sat down hating and complaining. And I think AJ needs to be more direct. And if this fight happens, I will have been wrong. But until it's happening, I'm going to say what I'm saying. I just don't think this is coincidental. I don't think it's a coincidence that Fury put his TikTok message out twice, and then AJ came out and said, yo, I want you man to know we're doing our best to get this done for the fans. And the reason, because I'm sure there will be people out there who say, YB, mate, how can you disagree with what Eddie Hearn said? How can you say that AJ how can you say AJ's not saying this because of all this other BS? The reason, in my opinion, Eddie Hearn's wrong, when Eddie Hearn said, oh, AJ's saying this because, or Eddie Hearn said, when AJ speaks, things are close to being done. The reason I'm disagreeing with that is that it's pretty basic logic. If something's close to being done, these talks have been going on for 4 months, yeah? So, if AJ hasn't said nothing for 4 months, and it's close to being done, just wait 3 days, innit? That's what I'm thinking. Alright, you don't need to post, I want the fan, if the fight's going to be done in the next week, yeah, why does AJ need to say, quick update? You don't need an update if things are going to be signed in a week, are you? If AJ felt confident this fight was happening in the future, or in the near future, or immediately within the next week, AJ's next post would have been, not this one, it would have been a week from now, or 3 days from now, I'm so glad to announce the fight's locked in with me and Fury, innit? Think about it. And it's not as if AJ's been giving us periodic updates. This time has gone on for 4 months now. Now, if AJ was posting every other week, oh guys, I want to give you man an update, that you can't read much into it then, can you? But the fact AJ's been quiet for 4 months, we're now at the interesting part where there shouldn't be nothing needed to be said apart from it's on, innit? We're at the business end now. All there is to be said is it's on. So for him to come out 3 days before the fight announcement should be coming out and say, oh, I want my fans to know we're doing our best to get it on, I disagree with Eddie Hearn. It's nothing to do with it's nearly done. It's the fact that Fury's being goofy and AJ is trying to clear his part. I want my team to know, when Fury don't sign this, it wasn't us. It wasn't me. We've been trying to get it on. Whilst this goofazoid is posting TikTok, we're actually in the behind closed doors putting the work in. That's what I believe it is. And Eddie Hearn himself has admitted, Eddie Hearn over the last 4 months, all he's done is massage the process. Very little times has he actually called a spade and said, Team Fury don't want no smoke. That's what the truth should have been. But I understand, in the business, Eddie Hearn learnt from the Wilder debacle that you can't be honest, because these men then flip it into some pathetic excuse. Oh man, well, he called me, we can't sign the Anthony Johnson fight because he called me a hillbilly. That's the kind of things they say. So if Eddie Hearn had to come out and said, Fury, you're goofy, you're shook, why are you and Frank making excuses? Why are you ducking this fight? Then Fury would have said, oh well, let's not forget, Fury said it about Wilder. Oh, I'm not fighting Wilder because he disrespected my, I don't know, whatever it was. He said I was a cheat. I'm not fighting him. These are the kind of cats we're dealing with, goofy dons. Yeah? They'll use anything as an excuse. Now, having said that, I understand why Eddie Hearn has to kind of jerk off everything Fury does now, but that doesn't deny the truth. The truth is, AJ's put this out to tell you, man, things ain't going well. I see it the other way. Innit? We're 4 months in, and you do an update when it's allegedly just about to be signed. You don't give an update if it's just about to be done. You just make the announcement, don't you? We've waited 4 months of silence anyway. Just tell us when it's on. That's what I'm taking from this. Because once things have gone to pot, once the fight's definitely not on, it's kind of almost too late to say, oh, well, we were trying to make it. Our team wanted it. Because at that point, it's not on, and it's he said, she said. Now, there's clear evidence that before it was said and done, AJ's team at every point, AJ himself included, bearing in mind, AJ himself hasn't made any comments, more really. This is one of the first ones, or one of a handful, that we've heard. So I feel like this is almost a statement from AJ, putting himself on the record. I want my fans to know, in 3 days, when it's officially not on, I was behind the scenes trying to make it, before the date was up. It's no good saying it afterwards, because everyone going to say that afterwards. Beforehand, what do we know Fury was doing? Beforehand, Fury was saying, I don't want it, it's not imminent, Mayweather Pacquiao. And then obviously Fury, the latest one, I'm going to do a video on it anyway, but Fury's giving it the big one again. Nah, it's too late now for all that. Yeah, if you want to fight, just sign the thing. Just cork your mouth and do it. And maybe this, if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If it was some big game from Fury, fair play to him, because he fooled me. He would have fooled me. But by the way, I want to make this clear as well. I'm not giving no credit until he's in the ring. That's another thing. Don't be coming at me saying, oh, YB, you're wrong, mate, when all that's happened is it's signed. Because we've seen Fury, he signed to fight Vlad as well. He signed to fight Wilder as well. And they never, both of them obligations were whatevered. So I'll admit, when AJ versus Fury step in the ring, I'll say, you know what, man, fair play to him, I was wrong. Although, to be honest, I'm not even really... an apology isn't even really needed, because it's not as if I'm barking at the wrong tree. It's not as if it's just me speculating. He himself, listen to what he's saying. Tick-tock, counting down on his own mega payday. Imagine that. It's like someone telling me, oh, YB, you've got a £150 million deal to sign, potentially, and I'm sitting there trying to count it out. Trying to wear the clock out on my $150 million deal. Like, what universe do they do that? You know what I'm saying? Oh, I'm going to run the clock out on my own massive payday. Anyway, keep this one short. It's good to hear from it. Well, it's not... This, for me, is... I don't even think AJ wrote this. This, to me, looks like a PR message. But either way, it's better than nothing. And it needed to be said. Because when this don't happen next week, there's a paper trail on both sides.